You're tuned into the Philadelphia Eagles channel, and today we're diving into a story that could redefine this franchise's future, Saquon Barkley. The man is on the cover of Madden, and yes, that always comes with jokes about the so-called Madden curse, but let's set that aside. Saquon's coming into this season at 28, turning 29 next February. After what he did in 2024, we all agree he's got more fuel in the tank. But there's one big question: can he stay healthy and replicate or at least get close to the magic we witnessed last year? Think back, in 2024, Saquon led the entire NFL in rushing yards, tallying 2,005. That number didn't just top the charts, it shattered franchise records. By week 13, he had already set the Eagles' single-season rushing record, and he didn't stop. Including playoff games, he cemented a brand new NFL record for single-season rushing yards. Those numbers alone are jaw-dropping. But the real thrill came in his explosive plays. Every time Saquon touched the ball, you felt something special was about to happen. His home run ability became legendary. 6 touchdowns of 60 yards or more in one season. That isn't just rare, it's historic. He kept that level of performance going throughout the playoffs, running for over 100 yards in 3 of the 4 postseason games, capping it all off by contributing to an unforgettable Super Bowl run. And speaking of unforgettable, how often do we get to say a running back hurdled a defender straight into the end zone? That magical backward hurdle against the Saints, the long touchdown run that swung the momentum in New Orleans. You could go through that entire season again and still find yourself saying, wait, did that really just happen? All told, Saquon played in 16 of 17 regular season games and all for playoff contest 20 games in total. Within those 20 outings, he rushed for at least 100 yards in 14 of them. 14. That kind of consistency, especially combined with those highlight reel moments, it's almost unfair to defenses. It was the kind of season that changes how we evaluate the position. But with greatness comes concern, because running backs get worn down. Saquon led the league in touches with 345 carries. That was 50 more than his previous career high from when he was with the Giants in 2022. There's no question this man carried a bigger load than ever before. He earned Defensive Player of the Year, and he was top 5 in MVP voting, though many of us felt he deserved the MVP trophy. Still, there's no escaping how much wear that kind of usage puts on the body, especially when combined with his age. He's heading into his 8th NFL season, and most running backs have already started to fall off by this point. So now we arrive at the pivotal offseason. The Eagles and Saquon knew they had to be proactive. They couldn't just say rest up and call it a day. No, they dove deep, hit the books, consulted experts. ESPN's Tim McManus shared some fascinating insight. In previous off-seasons, Barkley would see clips of Derrick Henry bulldozing up hills or clips of Christian McCaffrey grinding in his workouts and feel the urge to match or outdo them. You can feel the fire competitive to his core. But this time, after that heavy load he carried in 2024, he's shifted gears entirely. Instead of chasing other guys' workouts, Saquon is leaning on a chorus of voices: Eagles coaches, mentors, Hall of Fame legends like Marshall Faulk and Edgerrin James. The message: be smarter this time. Let the body recover. Let the joints rest. Let the muscles rebuild. It's not about silencing that competitive drive. It's about channeling it intelligently. So yes, there are days when he still pushes himself, grinds heavy. But the majority, it's mobility work, conditioning, recovery, rehab. He's focused on preserving his body, fine-tuning it so he can peak again when the season starts. And here's the kicker: he's feeling great. No lingering aches holding him back. Instead, he's claiming he feels like he's just entering his prime. That's huge. If Saquon indeed hits 29 next February feeling better than ever, that'll be a major storyline heading into 2025. And the goals, they're sky high. Saquon said it himself. He wants to be the greatest running back to ever play. That's not a subtle ambition. He's not just chasing yards or touchdowns, he's chasing history. Now, if his career ended today, people would call it great. A Hall of Fame career, maybe not yet. But what if he continues this upward trajectory? A few more seasons at this level, and that talk shifts. He could find himself in legendary company. And the blueprint starts this off-season. Smarter training, measured workload, strategic rest. He's not running full throttle in training camp. He understands that camp is not where he peaks. He's saving the big efforts for when the games start, trusting the process, pacing himself. All that care and planning matters not just to him, but to the Eagles. He's now the highest-paid running back in NFL history, a contract that says, this team is building their future around him. They have to protect that investment. A Saquon-less lineup this season? That's a big problem for a team that's eyeing a repeat as Super Bowl champions. Say what you want about last year, we're not expecting him to recreate all that, and yet, what they need him to do could be even more important: availability, consistency, the threat of a big play every time he touches the ball, the ability to stay on the field and stay effective. Because if Saquon can deliver those ingredients again, he doesn't just give the Eagles a chance at back-to-back titles. He gives them a sustained window of dominance. The Philadelphia Eagles didn't just stumble upon this version of Saquon Barkley, they built it with purpose. After that historic contract extension, the organization knows just how vital he is to their offensive identity, and it's not only about feeding him the ball every play. It's about making sure he can endure the grind, not for one season, but for several. That's why this offseason is so different. Barkley isn't preparing like it's a sprint to week one. He's pacing himself, understanding that the marathon is what really matters, because now, the expectations are greater, the stakes are higher, and the spotlight has never been brighter. Let's not forget what he went through earlier in his career. With the Giants, Saquon was electric, no question. But he also suffered through injuries and inconsistency, often the product of being on a team without a strong offensive line or consistent quarterback play. He had to fight through adversity, and that shaped the version of him we see now: a smarter, more calculated, more experienced player. One who knows that greatness isn't just about what you do on Sunday, it's about how you prepare every other day of the week. When you talk to people around the league, the sentiment is clear: a healthy Saquon Barkley is a nightmare for defenses. He's not just fast, he's explosive. He's not just strong, he's dynamic in space, able to make defenders miss and break tackles in ways that very few backs ever could. That's what makes this next chapter so intriguing. Because if this new training approach extends his prime, even by 2 or 3 more seasons, we might be watching one of the most complete resumes for a running back unfold in real time. He's taking advice from the best. Names like Marshall Faulk and Edgerrin James don't get thrown around lightly. These are guys who lived the grind, who made it to Canton, and who now pass their wisdom to someone they see as a worthy successor. Their message was simple: longevity is earned through discipline. It's about knowing when to push and when to pull back. Saquon's embracing that now. He's listening, adapting, evolving, not because he has to, but because he wants to continue dominating. Think about the Eagles' offense without him. Sure, they've got weapons, talented wideouts, a mobile quarterback, an aggressive offensive line, but Saquon is the engine that keeps that machine running at full speed. Defenses can't cheat when he's on the field. They can't drop too many guys into coverage or overcommit to stopping the pass, because they know that any touch Saquon gets could go the distance. He's the kind of player who changes game plans, who makes defensive coordinators stay up late, who tilts the field every time he's on it. And it's not just the explosive runs. It's the way he blocks, the way he catches passes out of the backfield, the way he leads by example. His presence makes everyone around him better. That's the kind of leadership and versatility you can't teach, and it's exactly what the Eagles need if they're going to remain contenders year after year. There's also a psychological edge here. When your star running back is committed to growth, when he's doing all the little things right, it sets a tone. Younger players see that. They model their habits after it. The locker room feels it. It creates a culture of excellence, one that doesn't fade after one Super Bowl ring. The Eagles aren't satisfied with just being champions once they want to build a dynasty. And Saquon's approach to this offseason, this measured, mature, methodical strategy, that's exactly what dynasties are built on. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep delivering the latest updates on our Philadelphia Eagles. And don't be shy, share your thoughts on the news in the comments below. There's a seismic tremor rippling through the NFL, and the epicenter appears to be Philadelphia. Whispers are growing louder, suggesting a blockbuster move that could redefine the NFC landscape. J. Watt, the undisputed defensive titan of the Pittsburgh Steelers, might be on the cusp of trading his black and gold for the midnight green of the Philadelphia Eagles. While nothing has been officially confirmed, the sheer volume of the rumor mill indicates more than just idle speculation. Imagine the impact. The Eagles' already formidable defensive line, known for its disruptive power, adding a player of Watt's caliber, his relentless pass rush, elite run defense, and knack for game-changing plays would elevate an already terrifying unit to unprecedented heights. The implications for both franchises are immense. For the Steelers, losing a player of Watt's stature would be a monumental blow, leaving a gaping hole in their defensive identity. For the Eagles, however, this hypothetical acquisition would signal an aggressive all-in mentality, firmly establishing them as a dominant force and a legitimate Super Bowl contender for years to come. Could this be the audacious move that shifts the balance of power in the NFL? The possibility of T.J. Watt, a perennial Defensive Player of the Year candidate, joining forces with the Eagles' existing defensive monsters is a tantalizing prospect that has the league buzzing. Keep an eye on this developing story. If these rumors hold true, the NFL landscape is about to experience a truly shocking upheaval. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay updated with exclusive news about our Philadelphia Eagles, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. We can't wait to hear your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next video.